Now this one is the Samsung Galaxy A25 5G smartphone, and today we will do a full review about it, so let's not waste any more time and start with the unboxing. So the unboxing is a quick thing since you don't get so much. Now there is the smartphone itself, of course, and I took the yellow version of it, but you can also get it in the colors of blue and aura blue. So a light and a dark blue version of this phone. Then we got this extra package with the quick starting guide and a USB Type-C cable. So this phone does not come with a charging brick, nor do we get an extra silicone case or a plastic case. Next up, the specs and the design. So for around 300 euros over here in Germany, you will get a smartphone with a 6.5-inch display, which is just a little bit too big to hold comfortably in one hand. At least that's the case for my little hobbit hands. It has a glass front, plastic back and a plastic frame, which is part of the reason why this phone is that affordable. If you check out the back, you'll see that we got a triple lens setup with a 50 megapixel main camera, there's an 8 megapixel auto-wide shooter and a 2 megapixel macro camera. Spec-wise, you also have to know that this phone weighs in at 197 grams and has those dents on the right side of the frame that surrounds the volume button and the fingerprint sensor. So as I said, you get a 6.5-inch Super AMOLED display with a 120Hz refresh rate, which you, by the way, cannot trim down. So it will always be on 120 Hz, which is not the worst thing to have. The A25 has a 1080p resolution and you get sharp contrasty pictures, and in the display settings you can even change the screen mode from vivid pictures to natural, and you can adjust the white balance as well. So plenty of options right here. What is a little bit annoying are the rather large bezels all around the phone, and especially the fat lip that you get at the bottom of the display. At least the display gets pretty bright with a maximum of 1000 nits in the auto mode in bright sun. As for the sound, you get a stereo speaker setup and even a 3.5mm headphone jack at the bottom of the phone. So the A25 has good loudness and a rather solid quality. So that's how it sounds like. Smartphones are getting better from year to year, but the one thing that stays the same is the low price. No. If we head over to the sound settings, you will also find Dolby Atmos and even Dolby Atmos for gaming. There are 3 presets plus an equalizer with a few presets as well. The Samsung A25 comes with a rather large 5000 mAh battery, which easily gets you through the day with a third of the battery left at the end of the day. Of course, it always depends on your usage, but that's what you can kind of expect. Now this phone does charge with 25 watts, but it has no wireless or reverse wireless charging. Feature-wise, the Samsung Galaxy A25 runs on OneUI 6.1 based on Android 14 and has a fingerprint sensor, which you will find on the side of the phone. And in my experience, it works just every single time. So let's give it a try. So there we have it. And it has a face detection as well, and I think this one works just as good. As for the storage options, there is a 128 and a 256 gig version of the Samsung A25, and both are expandable via a micro SD card. If you take a peek into the storage settings, you can see that on my 128 gig version, about 15 gigs are already used up by the system. As for the One UI, one of the biggest changes is the button layout when you swipe down to your quick panel. You will get your usual motion and gesture features like double tap to turn the screen off and on, lift to wake feature, or use your palm to take a quick screenshot. There is a one-handed mode and an always on display mode with many customization options, like you can change the style of the clock and the color of it. You can use pictures from a gallery, stickers and different themes. If you click onto your home screen, you can change how many apps you want to see on your home display, like 3x3, 4x5, 4x4, 5x5 and so on. When it comes to the performance, the Samsung Galaxy A25 runs on the Exynos 1280 chipset, which is doing an alrightish job. Swiping through your phone does work without a problem, but sometimes I had the feeling that it takes an extra second to open up some apps. As for playing games, I tried playing Genshin Impact on the highest graphics settings, but like this, the game will lag quite a lot with a low FPS rate. So I would stick to the medium to low settings to have the best gaming experience. Gladly, we will get a game booster on this phone. Like this, we can switch over to the high performance mode, we can block incoming calls and messages, or we can also open up different apps in a floating window. Like this, we can chat with our friends while we are playing our games. Now over to the cameras. As I already said, we have a triple cam setup. There's a 50 megapixel main camera with optical image stabilization, an 8 megapixel shooter and a 2 megapixel macro camera. The selfie cam has 13 megapixel and can only shoot videos with 1080p resolution and 30 FPS, which really isn't that great. the main camera isn't that much better when it comes to videos. I mean, you get 4K resolution, but still only with 30 FPS, and if you switch to 1080p, you again only get 30 FPS. The main camera's 50 megapixel camera is doing a decent job. There is a good contrast and dynamic range, but the detail level of those photos seem a little bit low. At least you always get poppy colors and the photos will be more than good enough for some quick snaps of your vacations and memories. The portrait mode on this phone is a little bit better. You get good separation between the subject and the background. There's even a slider to adjust the background blurriness. The ultra-wide pictures do look alright in my opinion. The detail level may be a little bit low, but you have good poppy colors, good contrast, and compared to its older model, it's a big improvement. Just in low light situations, the camera doesn't do a good job on the normal or on the ultra-wide angle camera. Now, like always, I did a quick selfie video so you can see how the cam looks and sounds like. Alright, so let's test the selfie camera. Now, this one is really not that good. You get 1080p resolution as a maximum with only 30 FPS, no 60 FPS. Now, if you would change it around to the main camera, you would get like 4K resolution, but still only with 30 FPS. But that's how it looks like. A little shaky, but still alright. Overall, the Galaxy A25 has quite a few camera modes. So there's the portrait and the night mode. There's even a fun mode, which will give you some funny looking hats. It changes your shape. You can have a beard and a lot of other funny things. Then we got a pro mode for the videos and for the photos. Food mode, panorama, macro, super slow-mo, and a few more. So actually quite a lot. And guys, there we have it. That's the Samsung Galaxy A25 5G smartphone. Now, if you liked that video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more tech reviews. And I guess with that one being said, I will see you in the next one. Peace.